if you're grinding for something and then you achieve a goal, it's different. But if you're just grinding and grinding and grinding with no plan, that's why people say write out your goals. Because if you're just grinding, a year go by, I'm still grinding. You can look up, you've been grinding for 10 years, ain't lived no life.
Applause, I ain't done yet. Immortality got me weary since Kobe died. I got this watch on my arm, but I'll never know my time. So my focus lies in my work, which got me in overdrive. I can't break for a day. I'm in a maze of my mind, I can't make an escape.
The Be Different family is growing on Instagram, and I'm very, very grateful for that. When you start at 1,100 and then within 3 years of starting my business, we had 4,000. It's been tremendous. First off, I got to thank y'all too, because I got to deal with CapCut. I also have a Facebook deal as well, just a content deal, and I wouldn't have got it without the likes and the saves and everything. So from my heart, I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. So for my TikTok, boom. The goal is 5K. I am definitely appreciated. I think I'm at like 495, might be at 500 followers on my TikTok, but the likes that I've been getting, the comments, the save, and even some of the messages of people saying that I helped them or my content made them feel good today or they could use it within their life. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. Like I was saying, back to the content deals. Thank y'all so much. I would not be able to do the things that I do without the support and without y'all just really taking y'all time out to just listen. So I don't take that for granted. But one thing I want to talk to y'all about right now is the process of grinding. Me and Julian was having this conversation earlier. Julian is my cameraman for y'all who don't know. You know, great person, great dude. Like I told him on the phone earlier, you don't find a lot of genuine people. So we was kind of having this conversation about like your grinding years, and I was like, bro, I've been grinding so much. I'm 3 years into this, and just everything that's been going on is kind of just, it's new. But I feel like when everybody's grinding, you grind to a point of a goal. And even when you don't hit that goal, you're still grinding. But sometimes people lose like the process of life. And what I mean by that is, like, sometimes you can get so caught up into grinding that you forget about the people that's around you. Like I'm not, as far as being available to people that want to spend time with me, as far as phone calls, or I'm kind of busy and texting, or sometimes I don't even text. It's a hard thing when you're trying to achieve a goal that's never been hit before, or be in a role that you didn't even decide, but you're like, nah, this is who I want to be. It's kind of hard. Like, I asked you, Julian, so as far as like just being the person just with the mental mindset to want to be like the one that changed your family generation, how has that been in your grinding years, even though you're younger than me and stuff? Like,
it's definitely a huge motivation. Just like being the one to show other people how to do it is definitely one of my biggest motivations. And it's definitely pushed me in the direction of wanting to start my own thing, wanting to be a trailblazer, wanting to break out of the norm. Right. That is, you know, sure, whatever it is your parents did, what their parents did. Not that one way is better than the other, but just being able to recognize that this is a different way. And to show people that you don't gotta do stuff one way.
Nah, for sure. Me and my mom had a conversation about that. My mom is like, she was a dispatcher, so she worked for like over 30 plus years at the sheriff's department and stuff. And just my view on life and her view on life is similar but different. Like, I want to be a boss, not a worker. That is a very distinguishing too, because when you're a boss, you really realize everything is on you. If you want to work, the laziness, the getting things done. And what people don't understand too is like when you're an entrepreneur and you like your own boss, you can get things done, but if you don't get it done at the quality, it doesn't really matter because you just got to reshoot. You know what I'm saying? So I take that like accountability piece like really, really crazy, because like I was reverting back to with the grind years, if you're grinding for something and then you achieve a goal, it's different. But if you're just grinding and grinding and grinding with no plan or just no, that's why people say write out your goals. Because if you're just grinding, a year go by, I'm still grinding. You can look up, you've been grinding for 10 years, ain't lived no life. Then went on 3 vacations in 10 years. You don't even know what's outside of your city, you know what I'm saying? So everybody that's grinding, please take account to having that quality time and really locking into that quality time with your family and stuff, because those things are important for the people that really care about you. Yeah, I want to talk about discipline. So for what I do, for people that ask me, even just whenever we talking and people want to catch up with me, they be like, bro, like, how are you able to do this and that? I think the word discipline is something that I have to take accountability on, and I think I kind of struggle. I don't know if you can say this, but I kind of struggle when other people are not disciplined as me. Because, like, if I say I'm going to get something done, I'm really going to get it done. So I'm going to have the discipline to hit the goal that I want. I find it hard for me sometimes to where some people don't have the same discipline as me. And I don't mean drive. Everybody have a drive to do something. Like, if you ask somebody what they want to do, they'll tell you, oh, I want to do this and I'm going to do this. But the discipline to do it is the distinguished factor. So one thing I had to check myself on, and if you out there and you get mad at other people for not being disciplined for their goals, you may be taking a little bit more out of yourself and not focusing on yourself, focusing on somebody else's life. And you can want the best for some people, but if they don't want the best for themselves, it's not gonna work. So you can't be so just indicted in their life, like, oh, he not doing what he say he gonna do, or you call one of your friends, bro, you gotta, like, they gotta show you that they want it, and then process of you to help them to get it. I'm saying it like it's cool now, but y'all, it took me 3 years. I'm just on camera and I'm just speaking about this year. I was not like this a couple months ago. So that's another thing. How you feel about that? Like, do you ever go through those processes, bro? Like,
yeah.
With family?
It pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. That's something that I have recognized I need to learn, but I have not put it to action yet. I'm a real integral person.
Right. So
my thing is with everybody is if you commit to something, if you tell me you're gonna do it, I'm gonna expect you to do it.
Right.
But I also, if you had told me in the beginning that you couldn't do it, it goes back. For me, it's what it lands at honesty. You could have just told me you didn't have the capacity to do it, but you committed, and now we 6 months later, and I'm looking at you crazy because you told me that you could do it, and now you're not doing it.
I don't even feel like it's the people words, it's their actions. So I might not even take you on your word. Like, if you tell me you want to do something, I'm gonna support you to the fullest, but I'm gonna also, like, have a deeper look and say, what actions are you doing to say the things that you want to say? And I think that's the stuff that would make me mad, because people actions don't kind of match it. Especially, like, if we doing something like in the field that I'm doing, or like doing a pod, coming flying way out here. I live in Portland, I'm in Cali shooting. People don't understand. It's plane tickets, that's booking, that's being professional, that's having a whole plan. There's also, like, relationships. Some people don't value relationships, I would say, and I do. And I hate the habits of people that don't value relationships, because I don't feel like that they value simple conversation. And without simple conversation, I don't believe that you can progress with anything in life. Most people just think, which some people say is just business, but you have to work with some people, so how could it be just business? The importance of building a foundation. First off, the foundation that I built with BDF, Be Different Family, Decoding Two Sides of the System, I really feel like this is the year that we're going to finally take the leap and start to add more people to the family. Like, with my Facebook mental health group I have now, to where you can get full access with me and shoot me messages, and I'm not going to say I'm going to hit you right then, but I will definitely be in the chat just communicating. I want to start doing, like, just group talks, and not therapy, just to talk. Hey, I got a problem, and I want to create an environment where if other people have problems, we can sit there and have a great conversation on how to help and really be a family and help each other. Like, the Facebook group, you have to do a prop to get in, just because I'm kind of protecting the people that's in the community. I want it to be something as far as we all sitting there as a family. Like, let's say, I don't know a James, but let's say James get in there and James have a problem. And let's say we only have 10 people in the group. Okay, boom. Out of those 9 people, hey, what's y'all schedule? Do y'all think we can find a time where everybody can get on? Or, how about we find a schedule to where we're on there with James and we're just talking through, just being there for people. Because some people are not vulnerable to the people that's close to them. They kind of hold it in because they don't want to be seen as, you know how that is, Julian. Like, how family talk about you, like, when you have a problem. If you the one that's getting things done and then you come up, then they like, or, some people don't want the family to have a one-up. And I get that. And some people don't like therapy because therapists don't really coexist sometimes with people of how they feel. Like, some people like therapy if my counselor ain't been through nothing, then that. small way to look at things, I'll say, but I get it too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to create a community to where people know people and you see people daily. I'll be in the chat daily, other people be in the chat daily, but building a foundation to help people with their goals. I feel like a foundation for anything starts with hard work, starts with discipline, and then it ends with dedication. Because you gotta have the dedication to do all of those things. You gotta have discipline. Without dedication, it doesn't matter because you're not gonna be dedicated to the goal. And what I mean is, I don't mean like some people, for instance, I find this funny. Have you ever noticed how gym memberships go down whenever the new year start? Like it's so cheap to get a membership. It's so cheap to get a membership because the dedication, you're not going to last long. But what they do is they charge you high on your cancellation fee. So if you don't stick to it for the whole year, you're going to pay way a crazy amount of money to get out of that deal. And without a foundation set before you hit the gym, you're not going to withstand because you don't know what your body's going to go through. You don't know what your mental's going to go through. You don't know what energy the gym is going to take out of you and then what energy you're going to have for your kids, for your business, for work. So when people just sign up for a gym membership, like, oh, no, I'm going to the gym on thing, they looking at it as free money because they know within 3-4 months, you're going to go and resort back to your own ways. That's why a foundation is important to set. That's why I haven't started a mental health group within 3 years because I needed to build a foundation. Let me know what I need to do. Let me know how to travel. Let me know how to do these different things. Could I have started it? Yeah, everybody start things every day, but what's the point if you don't have a foundation? I want to ask you, Julian, like whenever you first started, I remember you telling me like you were some of your OGs had put you on and stuff like that, but like what was your foundation like, and like what are some of the hurdles you had to go through?
Starting out, my foundation was just helping out. I got into content by helping out my dad because he just needed pictures. He's a pastor. So he was just, I need pictures, social media, Instagram is important now. So my foundation really was just helping people. And the biggest hurdle I found while helping people was that you can't care more than other people.
Right. Yeah.
And you'll get taken advantage of quick just off the strength of helping people. So I had to even though my foundation is helping people and that's still what I love to do, I have to rework that piece of it to keep myself protected.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense, yeah. So are you saying like as far as like you can help people, but sometimes you're kind-hearted in the things how you care. Some people easily just take advantage of it and don't treat you how you deserve to be treated, and then it coexists with what you got going, like your foundation, because you're like, damn, I want to help, but at the same time, this is life. Like,
yeah, and just being able to know and appreciate the balance between, all right, I can help you, but not at the detriment of myself. Also,
that's tough.
So I think that, and within the topic of foundation and building something strong, I think when your foundation is solid, the stuff you put on top of it won't be shaky.
Right.
So as long as your foundation is something solid, you'll be able to withstand whatever kind of tests and hurdles you got to go over.
Facts. I want to talk about chasing things and being lonely. It sounds so easy to say, like when you chase things you're so lonely, but I found like within my process of chasing my goals or just chasing who I want to be at in life, it's really been hard because it get lonely sometimes on the journey. Like sometimes like when you're grinding and you're just focused and you're doing the things that you need to do, it does get lonely because sometimes like you can't really call because you're learning, or you can't really talk because you got stuff to do. So I found myself like really being lonely because like I'm starting to see like other people say that they want things, like I kind of got the plan on how I'm gonna get the things that I want. So it's kind of different. And what I mean by that is like it get lonely for me because I'll have friends that tell me that they want to do things, or oh, I want to do this, or I want to start this, and they don't do the things that they need to do, and then I'm doing the things that I need to do to accomplish my goals, never diminishing nobody, but it get lonely when you're doing that because we can't have the same conversations. If I'm really grinding and I'm doing the things that I do, I find it hard for me to connect with people that have the same passion, drive, but also consistency at doing the things that they say that they want to do. And that's one of the things that I've been having a hurdle on as far as like getting over, because it's hella lonely. because you can't have those conversations. Shout out to my boy Real. We talk every single day, literally, like every day. We talk about goals, we talk about our dreams. When I say it's the repetitive conversation of every single day, we probably have the same conversation. If it's 31 days in a month, 31 days, 28, whatever. And like, I appreciate him because I can understand what he's going through because he's chasing it every day relentlessly. And that's pushing me to chase my thing. And it makes me think about the phrase of your friends show me your future. Or, you know, the different people around you is going to surround you with where you are going to be at in life. For me, I really find it hard to where if I'm flying or I'm doing these things and I'm looking in the airport, I'm like, damn, like I'm really by myself. Or let's say I'm shooting content, I'm not doing this type of content, so I gotta shoot the content by myself. Like, I'm literally by myself so much to where I'm like, damn, like, do I get lonely? And then I think about, and the reward is like what drives me, because I remember I just went watch my old podcast, and I'll never forget that podcast because it literally took me like 10 hours to do. I started at daytime, didn't even finish it till nighttime. But I also remember it too because I'm from Louisiana, and it was towards like a hurricane. I don't know why. I was in therapy, and I'm telling y'all, go to therapy, but I was kind of unpacking like all my trauma that I went through as a kid when I was at a hurricane. And as a kid, I thought it was fun. You at a hotel, you in a pool, you eating out. It's, to you like, you know, it's like, man, like this is a vibe. But when I really sat and unpacked, I was like, dang, like we're in a hotel because we didn't have a house. Like we didn't have nothing when we went back. So I was like, dang, like this is so crazy to me, because when I would see my mom would just be down, and I'd be like, I don't know why she down. We around family, we doing this, but I didn't realize the loneliness because my mom didn't have a partner. So it kind of coexists with me deeper because I'm like, she was on her journey raising me young. Because for y'all who don't know, who haven't watched the first pod, I lost my dad really, really young. But her journey in life has been mostly by herself. And like I said, therapy, how you unpacking. I watched the episode and then I started thinking about my journey, and I'm like, where am I at? And it's like I'm on the path by myself. I'm reaping the rewards now of the stuff I did 2 years ago with the content deals, with things of that nature. And my process is, okay, if I got this, then I can get that. Like I can get whatever I want, but still knowing that it's going to be even more lonely. It's going to be even more harder. Like, I think people don't understand. With more success, some things become, I would say, easier to do, but it's never easier because everything levels up. How you feel about that? Like, you feel like your success, or when you first started, like, you know, first you're not getting booked, then you're getting booked, and how is that?
It's definitely something that you gotta have good habits going in. Like, my problem was when I first started, you know, doing content, photography, videography, stuff like that. Right. In my brain, what I do right now was never the plan. Right. So when I started getting booked, I was overwhelmed because I was saying yes to everything. And so, like you said, there were a lot of like lonely moments because I'm saying yes to all these gigs and stuff like that, but I didn't change the way, you know what I mean? I was trying to make my life fit into the bookings instead of making the bookings fit into my life. So it was like, tough. I got out of the habit of going to the gym, cooking at home, because I'm saying yes to all this stuff. I'm out the house till 3, 4 in the morning. Facts. I'm not going, you feel me? I got to sleep at some point. I was losing out on sleep because I was saying yes and getting booked so much. I was losing out on time with the family because I was saying yes to all the bookings I was getting and stuff like that. So it was definitely something like I had to take, I would say like a month and a half, 2 months off just to give myself time to recalibrate and create some kind of normalcy that wouldn't allow my ascension to derail everything else in my life.
I definitely feel you on that. I think what I heard the most is too, like, whenever you said, well, it hit me the most whenever you said I had to make it like scheduling part of my life, not like my life be part of scheduling. Because I be feeling like what people don't understand is whenever you see people on camera or you see a nice outfit, or for instance, you see me talking in a nice studio or whatever, but the scheduling of my life really matters because that means I have to be disciplined for a certain amount of days before I book a flight. Then I got to be disciplined within when I get here to just work and have fun too, but also like fit fun with work, and then also stay locked into knowing that no matter what you're out here for, keep the main thing the main thing. Most people main thing is money, and that's not always the main thing, because if you just listen to what he said, he could get money. Oh, I can get booked, but what is the money gonna give you? Less time with family, less time within yourself, less time with how you just feel good about yourself. It's not gonna be worth it. So I definitely agree with that. Like that is something that I learned. Like I don't just be wanting to do things just to do things because I can. You know?
Yeah, because it don't matter how much money you make if you're not around
right.
to spend it, because you ain't got no sleep.
Nah, for real.
The biggest thing I've learned in the last 2-3 years is that if you don't rest, your body will make you rest.
What? That crash is crazy.
Bro, I promise you don't want it. I promise you don't want it. I done woke up so many times, I'm like, why is my shoulder hurting so
my God. Don't even get me started.
bad? I've been in the
The
bed.
shoulder is crazy.
It's like you take no days off for 6 months, and then one day you wake up and you can't do nothing for a week.
I'm glad you said that, like, because I've been getting like a lot of like flag of like people, and I be finding it funny because everybody have like these New Year goals and stuff. Like, Trey, you haven't shot nothing, you haven't dropped a pod. It's January, it's almost over. I'm like, yeah, but what you don't know is I started my 2020 2-3 months ago. I'm 2-3 months in. You're a month and some days in, and yes, it's okay, but I understand my foundation. I have certain things I gotta do before I release, because as people know that like really do this, if you release a pod without the backing and the clips, it doesn't make sense, because the pod's just gonna be there sitting, and then it's a machine. So once the pod drop, you gotta have the clips in order to bring people and things like that. But I just find it funny because people who really just start, they're looking at it like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and this. You better catch up. No. Trust me, you're moving at a pace that's not sustainable. You have no foundation. You're just running full speed. Yes, it might seem like you're getting a lot done. Whenever you crash, you're gonna be like, God. Then you're gonna wake up like, dang, like Julian said, all the stuff that he just said about not having time with family, not having time in the gym, your body hurt. Now you crashed out for a week. That's coming soon, because you don't have no foundation. Your body don't even know how to work at that rate. For me, I be finding it funny, but yeah, I can't wait till my content comes out and stuff. So, and people see like my different rollout for this year and things like that. I kind of want to talk to y'all about, but it says be thankful for what you have before you get the things you expect. And what that means for me is you got to be thankful for the people you have around, your family, you just being able to do whatever you're doing. If it's a simple job, it don't have to be nothing astronomical, but some people really don't have that. Be thankful for relationships with people. If you have a good girl, if you have all this, let's not act like we haven't been through history to where we done had a bad girl, to where we done went through trauma, where we done went through everything. So it's really about respecting all the small things before you expect the things you want. So if it's, okay, I want to make this amount of money this year, respect what you have right now, your foundation, before you get that. Before you get the things you expect, because then once you get the things that you expect, you're going to be like, wow, like I got it. You're going to be so excited. But within that, you can burn the people who've been there for you and who's been loyal and who's just like been on your side because you was just chasing that goal so crazy. I was listening to the Will Smith book, and I've really been on my reading. Shout out to Will Smith. Great, phenomenal book. He has a chapter in there. He talks about whenever he wanted to be the biggest movie star in the world, and his friend JL, shout out to him, which is his manager, he like put him in position to do that. And Will Smith was going, I think he said after he made I Am Legend, or it could be another movie. Sorry if I'm misquoting the book, but great book, check it out. But he basically said, Willow made the song, I Snapped My Hair Back and Forth or whatever. The song was a hit, obviously, as we all know. And he was talking about how they were at the studio. I mean, no, she was at a concert and had it rocked out. She was touring with Justin Bieber and them. Shout out to them as well. Whenever she got off the stage as a little girl, she was like, yeah, Daddy, like, I'm done. And he was like, oh, no, yeah, you're done for now, but we made a promise to, you know, Rock Nation, they'll sign Rock Nation, and Justin Bieber, that they'll do it. So they'll be like, oh, we're off for a couple months, and she was like, she had asked him, do you not care that I'm basically tired? And he said he kind of missed the point. They flew back home, long story short. He got her to agree like that she would come back, and then the next day she had shaved off all her hair. And he said that was one of the biggest moments of his life of expecting, because she said, you expected. Like, you made those plans for me. While he was working and grinding, he kind of just wasn't locked into respecting what he had within his daughter. Yes, she wanted to do music, but that wasn't her passion. He was a former artist, that was his passion. So he was expecting her to do something. She wasn't on that. With him expecting things, he wasn't respecting what she wanted. It took her to cut off all her hair to get him to see her. And he talked about that moment as far as how hard it was, and how as a father and as a man, it kind of slowed him down to say, dang, like, I am doing all this, but how did I miss the point of where my little girl literally told me that I was tired? I think about that process, and I think about my own life, and I think about like my mom or people that care about me, like the things that I expect to have. I don't think I've been respecting the people that I have, because I be so locked in. Like simple things, going home. Like, how am I missing home at holidays? That doesn't even make sense. That's all 100% on me. There's no excuse. There's no like, how holidays, you know exact the date of a holiday as soon as the year goes. Like, that's something you don't even have to pencil in a schedule. So for me, it's like, Trey, you're expecting all of these things, but you're not respecting the people that actually love you, the people that's actually there for you. How aren't you not seeing them on holidays? I had to sit and look back at myself like, yeah, see, I'm expecting things, I'm not respecting what I have. So if you're doing anything in life, please respect your foundation, and don't expect things from your foundation without respecting them. Because you can't expect them to be happy for you if you haven't respected them on your journey. How? Like, you know, it doesn't make sense. What you think about that, bro?
Your family's important. That's my biggest thing. I think there's a give and take with everything in regards to life. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like, I might miss a Christmas. You feel me? But it's also my responsibility to make that up.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't just leave it up in the air. So I think in the grind, in the making sure the business is right, and chasing your dreams, like you said, you just gotta make sure your people good.
Facts.
You just gotta make sure your people good.
Make sure your people good, right? And like you said, bro, family matters. That's gonna be the people that's there for you. So please take that serious. Last thing I want to talk about, it kind of goes back into my first podcast, and I wrote this down just as a motivational piece. It says, really focus on the progress, not the product. And what that means is, everybody, like, some people will take so long to make something. They're focused on the product, but the progress is going to make the product, because you're going to find yourself getting better. You're going to find yourself doing the things that you need to do to make your product better. So the progress is everything. And I don't just mean with a product that you have. I mean your progress in life, your mental progress, your physical progress, like whatever you feel is a goal. If you're progressing towards that, the product of yourself is gonna grow. That should be the main focus. A lot of people take time out to do the perfect thing. I don't want to start posting my weight journey until I lose 30 pounds. Okay, you're focused on the product of yourself and not the progress. You can see the progress if you post now. Then when you lose that 30, you're already in it, rather than just challenging yourself. You're looking at the wrong thing, because the product of your body is going to be the product of your body regardless. Because just think about it. If you do the progress, the product is there automatically. But if you focus on the product of, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, it slows up your work rate. They have people that post every day. They have people that post 5 times a day. They have people that post 7 times a day. They got some people that have full content teams. So if you're waiting on the perfect product, how are you going to progress? You know, it's kind of like if you're an artist, like they say, how many songs did they drop a day? What is it? Have you ever heard that number of like the progress of like the songs that drop a day? I think they said it's like over 50,000. let's say I'll give y'all can go do the research, but I know for sure it's over 20,000 songs that's produced in a day. That drops in a day. So if you're waiting on a perfect product and you have no progress, you're just waiting on the one song that you're doing. Think about how much time people are working, how much progress that they have before you put out one thing. That's gonna be very hard for you to compete. Because even if that goes, they have a process of how to make music. You have a product of one song waiting this long. It kind of just, it doesn't fit. I would definitely say, lock into that, and also just respect your journey, and that's really it. I mean, I don't really have much more to say. Like I said, thank you to my Instagram, thank you to my Facebook, thank you to everybody, and shout out to the Be Different family. I love y'all. We're gonna have a great, phenomenal year. You'll be definitely seeing me more on the live shows and stuff like that, and I'm excited. So thank y'all, and be different.